Part 6, Parasite Eve, and we're about to hear her sing. Joy to the... Oh, no. Oh, dry eyes. Clear eyes. No, oh. No, that's bad. Oh, I don't want to get turned into goop. Ladies and gentlemen, Mountain Dew voltage. No, that's... No. Because then we'd be drinking people. And that's bad. I'm pretty sure it smells bad too. Just throwing that out there. But no, we gotta stop Eve. We gotta get our backstage passes, and put an end to this. Put an end to her her singing and her craziness. Why are you doing this? I don't know. Pew! Stop! Pew! Man. Eve is, whew, that floating. Be very fast. Blind Fury. But no, right now we're chasing Eve. We have to track her down. I don't know why I went this way. Back the other way. But also too, it's just we have to stop her. But in the last part, I was talking about parasite energy, and then now we're able to actually get past this part. At least I think. Yeah, we just walk around, and as I walk around Central Park, and actually there is, and see the camera really doesn't help you right here. You know, searching, looking. There's actually ammo in this little kind of balcony-ish kind of area. So just in case, that definitely helps you out. But as I was stating, you can just follow this little girl here. Now you can venture off to get things like I believe there's a gun that's available. I think I'll branch off soon, or I picked them all up off screen, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry about that. But no, we're just following her to make sure we get where we're getting and get a defense up. Now, with these defense ups, they go towards your whatever armor you have at the moment. So if you want to wait on a particular armor, you know, my strategy is if you pick up a defense 1, just use it on whichever one you want. But something like defense 4, I think there's like a defense 6 somewhere. You know, save those. You know, give them to Wayne to store for you, and then just use those. Just use those later. But I was last part I was explaining the parasite energy as we fight this little bear thing here. He really doesn't have any real strategy. He just kind of has like this kind of ram attack and a little swipe. So that's pretty much it. He's pretty easy. But I was talking about this parasite energy, which is kind of his magic ability. And I figure since I'm kind of still just kind of going through, you know, early parts of the game, I figure I just discuss and talk about the ones that I currently do have. So the first belief magic we get is a heal 1, which restores 30 HP. Now in the beginning part of the game, I believe medicine actually cures more. I believe it cures more, if I'm not mistaken. I know medicine 2. No, actually medicines are more important because they restore 45 HP as opposed to the heal. So if you're really damaged, you can use it or not. But medicine 1s at the early part of the game are very important. Then the next one we gain is heal 2, which is 60, which kind of, by that point you're kind of in the mid range with the Parasite energy. It's not really draining, but like I was saying, Medicine 2 stores 45. So if you're really heavily damaged, just do Heal 2 to help you out. Heal 3 is the very next one, which I think, as far as the heals, is that's the last heal that you actually get, which restores 200 and 280 HP. Which, once you first get it, it's a drainer. I mean, it would essentially just drain your entire Parasite energy until you level up. Which I believe after, I'm not sure which, I think it's after level 35. The experience is all the same. It's a 4,500 experience. Each experience gets more throughout, but yeah. All right, then the next one is Detox, which I believe we got in the last part, but it removes effective poison. So like these little snakes that are, sniffing around in New York snow. I don't know. It's Parasite Eve. It's a video game. At times they poison you, and the poison, it drains your HP. But I'm not sure if there's a level of damage in between them, but they hurt like hell. So you kind of don't want to get stuck getting poisoned. And who's this? Okay. Next one is, I believe I got Scanned, which is effective on bosses. I wouldn't say on regular enemies, but on bosses. If you want to kind of use a turn to see how much HP or whatever weakness a particular enemy has, scan it. I don't think it works for Eve or the final, or one of the final bosses. Those two I don't think they work on, but everyone else, it's pretty easy. We have Slow, which slows down enemies' active time to either do an attack or whatnot. Effective on bosses and really strong enemies, and that with a combination of haste, which speeds up movement, and the active time, it's in your favor. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have about 5 more that I haven't unlocked yet. I kind of don't want to give it away, so as I keep chasing this girl here, I will look and try to not find any more stuff to talk about. I mean, it's Parasite Eve. But the little girl we're chasing, Aya at the moment thinks it's like, I believe it's her little sister, or her sister. Now I'm not sure if this is like in her head, or if it's like in the physical world. It might be in her head. I don't know. It might be Eve playing games on her. It might be a side effect of like the Parasite energy that she has. I is the only one in this particular world that has the mitochondrion. I can't. It's hard trying to say words. The mitochondrion kind of thing, but just the same as Eve, but not to a extent as Eve, or the evil entity is Eve. Melissa just being the host of it. And like I was saying, this is a sequel essentially to a book, which they explain kind of how Melissa got wrapped up in it, and this actual Eve thing, and what it all does, and how did it get to New York, because the book takes place in Japan. I believe it's like about 2 or 3 years before for the actual events of the story. So yes, I've been doing my research. Yes, of course. But I don't know if I talked about this little bear thingy. Yeah, he has an electric attack. It would be pertinent if you just kind of just, you know, just stay. Oh, actually, we got another ability, which is barrier. Now barrier, before I stop trying to sound like before I make an ass of myself and get it wrong. Barrier uses your parasite energy. It slowly drains your parasite energy to absorb damage. So it's kind of like it's a defensive magic ability, which is useful. I don't really think I actually use it that much. Maybe I should. Maybe I should start using it. The monkeys are monkeys. But maybe I should start using it. I don't know. I've never really used it, and it became helpful. I don't know. But now I will say this, even though I don't think it's bit for bit a replication of Central Park. They do get like the landmarks right, like this kind of stairway thingy here. Or maybe it is maybe not beat for beat. I mean, for the gameplay sake. But like the overall, yeah, because like I remember, because obviously I have family that live in New York, but like that little bridge area, that's kind of in New York. I'm not too sure about this, but there's plenty of like walkways and such like this. Central Park is like I believe it's like one of the most, well, it's definitely like the most famous like inner city parks. I mean, in New York itself is famous and whatnot. So, and also too with these kind of with these battles, some of the environments are very tight, and they're it as far as room for error, it's very, very small. And you won't have a lot, sometimes you won't have a ton of room to actually walk around here. Actually, I have to kind of get rid of this junk too. But yeah, you won't have a lot of room to run around. That's why I say for about 60% of the game, you'll be using your handgun. Your handgun is usually the more powerful of weapons in terms of the short to mid range. You do have to kind of upgrade your range if you want really good range. And something that is kind of prehistoric nowadays, what is it? Is the year 2013, is paid phones. I don't even think anybody even uses a paid phone anymore. I don't know the last time I've seen a paid phone. And I actually scratched that. It's been a couple months. But like, I don't know. I hate to sound like I hate to sound like the really old man that I am. But does anybody remember the kind of pay phones with the little booths, with the little door and with the phone book in them, and call and collect is essentially, I don't know if that's still around, maybe, or 10-10-3-2-1 star 69. I'm being nostalgic about phones, but we are given another boss battle, or boss-ish kind of battle. I mean, yeah, it's a boss battle. But these little worms, which, crazy enough, they look like two things. One, they look like I forgot what it's called, the little snake thing from Beetlejuice. One. And two, if anybody's played House of the Dead 2, come on now. This is like beat for beat, like the monster. There's like a little lizard, or there's a monster that has like 8 to 6 heads. And you shoot all the heads, and then the one detaches and the one swims. That's what it looks like. But I mean, it does. just without the bad dialogue. Not that they had anything to do with it, but bad dialogue. But in terms of strategy for eliminating this thing, I would say stay relatively, like, you know, obviously you have to know your weapon. But actually I should take this time to heal. But because if you get too close, you know, we don't want to get too close to the things. And also too, like this first level of kind of worm things, they shoot out these little spikes. They shoot these spike things out, as you can see on the little spike ball. And then the spike ball, they kind of dissipate. You know, they're very easy to avoid if you're very, very close to them. They're hard to avoid. If you're at a relative long distance, they're very easy just to avoid. Now, granted, something like haste would work, but you know, if you can't, you can't. And while I was talking, I actually just eliminated like the main worm. He didn't pose much of a threat. Now, and granted, it's the beginning of the game, and I still have, you know, my weapons from the previous playthrough, which they helped me out tremendously. They seem not to help me out later in the game, but they're useful now, and it may look like it's short work, but it's really not. I mean, if this is your first time playing it, you may have a bit of a challenge with them. And I think the game itself does a really good job of kind of leveling up with you. It's not, there's really no like real big learning curve till your EX game playthrough. But we're winding down here. I'm just fixing my stuff up, and in the next part we take Eve down. See you guys.